Hey y'all. Um, I just wanted to do a quick live stream. I know that there are other people that are live right now, like Jimmy Dore and who else? Natural Progressive. Oh, it's Women's Wednesday. That's right. Crap. Okay, I'm gonna have to go over there. So, yeah, I've got a meeting at 10, so this one's gonna be like super quick. I just wanted to go over some ideas that I had for moving forward. Let's see. So I'm trying to write out, I'm doing some like reverse engineering on basically I try to picture the future that I want, things that I want for my kids and planet and all that, and try to take steps back and just plan back. So how do I get to that point? So what do I got to do to get up to that? And what do I got to do to get to that? To where trying to be fine. Hello. To where we can start doing things now to get to that point. So basically, and this might sound a little nerdy, but my idea for the future would be kind of like a Star Trek kind of thing, where it's about like, education, exploration. We've moved past like capitalism and war, racism, and, all those, terrible things. And we just kind of work together to benefit, you know, our neck of the woods. So, in order to do that, though, we need a functioning form of governance. So that would be our judicial, federal, legislative branches. But how, hey, old gringo, how can this be achieved? So I'm going to start with some just like basic premises to like form a plan around, which is no violence. Absolutely no violence. I know they use it against us. I know it's terrible, but for this to be effective, we have to be better than that. We have to embrace the ideals that we're fighting for, which is don't hurt people. So no, that's a no go. We gotta hit them where it hurts. We have to voice our demands, and we have to hold them accountable. So while we're doing this, we have to keep those three things in mind. We got to punish them in a way where it actually hurts them, financially, out of office, whatever it is. Voice exactly what it is that we want, and then make sure that the people that are in office do it and have a system in place to where we can hold them accountable. Now, what was another one? Oh, so we the people, we are not going to be able to outbid them. We cannot outmuscle them. They have armies and tanks and bombs and things. So, I mean, you can get into the nitty gritty of it, but when it comes down to it, they've got more muscle than we do. They have more money than we do. So, looking at our strengths and weaknesses, what we do have is the majority of, we have the numbers. We have the numbers, plain and simple. The 1%, they're the 1%. They're not, there's not too many of them, and that's by their own doing. So we've got the numbers. So if we're going to achieve things, we have to be very strategic. We have to do a lot of planning. We have to outsmart them, outplan them, outorganize them. So, how can we best do that? And I think by first organizing ourselves in, we need two types of people. We need builders and we need breakers. Now, the builders are the people that are, think of it like a house. There's a house, okay? We all live in this house, okay? But there's like toxic mold coming out of the walls and the foundation's crumbled and there's, rats and termites and everything else that you don't want in your house. So that's the house we live in. But we need to, if we're going to tear down that house, we need a new house that you go to, right? We got to have somewhere to live. So the builders would be in charge of that. These would be the people that are doing the policy writing, group organizing, community building, working on like electoral reform to where we can get like third party candidates and people that actually represent us in, and make sure that our votes are being held accountable and all that. So we need those type of people. And then we need people that are breakers, like the demolitionists that come in for the old house. Okay, we need civil disobedience, people that are boycotting and divesting, strikers. We need protests, marches, people like that that are actively like taking the power away from the establishment that already exists. And then you've got the people that are in the middle that kind of count in both groups, which is media and outreach, or not media and outreach, media and education. So the media that we put out, like our memes and our Facebook pages and stuff, that's stuff that props up what the things that we want, and at the same time destroys the things that we don't want. So education works both ways. The more education that we get out there, the more people are aware of what's going on right now, that destroys the power that they have and gains more power into that focuses their attention on like the things that actually help us, right? So that's all I've got so far. uh, I could go into like specifics. I've started to kind of break down like each individual task in the builders and the breakers category, like as far as strikers go. Okay, so what do we got to do in order to enable people to go on strike? Okay, so the reason they don't go on strike is why? Because they need money, they need rent, they need food and shelter and all this stuff. So let's figure out ways, strengthen our unions to get the people the aid that they need, so that way they can go on strike. We need people that can go out and go door to door. What we need are people, and people is what we have. So if we could just get like one of those old timey, like phone tree systems, like I'm going to tag you, now you go and you go next door, that type of thing. And we can reach out. Just in our small group that we have here, we have people all across America. I don't know. Yeah, Austin, I don't know what they call it now, group chats or what, I don't know. But, back in my day, it was like you had the phone tree. So, uh, yeah, not that I'm that old, but, here in West Virginia, things move a little bit slower, so our technology here is a little more outdated. These kids now are like born with cell phones in their hands, and I didn't get one till I was an adult. So, yeah, things change quick, but what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so those are things that I'm trying to nail down more specifically, because that's how this is. There's no other way around it. There's just no other way around it. If we're going to make a change, we're all going to have to pitch in, right? You don't get something for nothing, and you don't achieve greatness in a place of comfort. So if we're going to do great things with this country, well, we're going to have to start getting a little bit more uncomfortable than what we have right now. So let's see what it's chat saying. Oh, Gringo's here. Austin's here. Hey. The only thing that will change them is to scare the hell out of them. Exactly. Yeah. I want to scare them, because what are they? The only thing they care about is money. We had them in their wallet. Like, they're going to be panicking. It's not like they have survival skills to fall back on. If the maid and their drivers and their chefs get fired, they wouldn't know what to. They don't know how to care for themselves. They have no survival skills. What pain is. They don't know how to be uncomfortable. So even like the least little, take away their maid. Oh, like, we'll give you a living wage. Just please let me have my maid back. I go, oh, why is, oh, that's a good, that's a Zoom. Okay. I'm trying to do the chat on my phone, and then I accidentally zoomed in, so wow. Oh, yeah. That was like, they got rid of that here like right before I was born, the shared lines. because my grandma had one. She had one. Okay. I don't know what happened, but disconnected. But anyway, it's 9:30. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for this meeting. But if you have any additional input on this, I would love to hear it, because these are just like some very just general structure, outline frame, what our plans are going to be. I think this is a good way to go. I mean, we got to hit them on all sides, right? That's what they do to us. They hit us in our money and our food and our rent and our jobs and this and that, and your kids are doing this, and oh, guns, so they constantly distract us, and our resources and our time and our mental energy. So we're going to have to hit them on multiple sides: electoral, striking, civil disobedience. I mean, we're going to have to throw them in a panic. But anyway, appreciate everybody for stopping by and watching, and I will see you next time.